What's good, YouTube? Ben here from Health and Wealth to bring you the exciting episode 2 of my new series called 3 Ways to Sell Products on Amazon. As promised, this video is going to be all about private labeling. So, if you are indeed prepared and have your aforementioned notebooks ready to take notes, and you have your brains turned on and engaged and ready to absorb this information like a sponge, then here comes part 2, private labeling. The first question that we must answer is, what is private labeling? I think that's actually even what I might call this video, because honestly there's not a whole lot of YouTube videos about what it actually is. So that's actually the majority of what this video is going to be about. I'm not going to get super duper technical. I'm going to give you guys an overview so you know what it is, how to generally do it, and I mean honestly a lot of that's just going to be your inner motivation that comes out and learns the finer points in order to do this all on your own. Later on in this channel I'm going to divulge and delve deeper into some of that more nitty-gritty information and the things that I did, but for the sake of keeping these videos as short as possible, I think my shortest one is still like 20 minutes long, so I'm going to try to make these a little bit more concise by skipping over some of those gritty bits which aren't as entertaining for you guys' sake, and also honestly could be maybe better presented by their own individual videos. But so this is going to be the overview of what private labeling actually is, what you can expect from it. Those are going to be the big takeaways from this video. So, what is private labeling? Let's cut to the chase. What it is you are purchasing a product from a supplier, and then you are more or less literally having your brand stamped on it, or at least on the packaging or whatnot. The point is that you're selling it as your own brand. So, real quick, this is why it's so important, like I said in other videos, that you want to develop your own personal brand. You want to have a audience and a following that you can present your products to, a group of people who are already interested in the things that you're interested in. That's why it's important to be doing all this, I mean, in my opinion, on something that you're passionate about, or at least in the right industry with the things that you're passionate about, so that way it doesn't stink as much, but also so that way you're able to build up a following. And as you'll see, that's pretty important when you go to launch your products. So, like I said, we are having our own product manufactured, and we are selling it as our own. So that's where it differs from arbitrage, selling on FBA via with the arbitrage tactics from the last video. I did video 1 of this series, and then I did a more in-depth video on arbitrage, which I called video 1.5 of the 3-part series. So I'm already cheating and needing to make extra videos and spend extra time as is. But so there was video 1.5 which really talked about arbitrage a lot. But that's where this is different. This is you are no longer posting on an existing product listing on Amazon. This listing is going to be your own product. It's not going to be a product branded by some other manufacturer. Okay, this isn't you buying, I don't know, you didn't get a deal on a clearance rack or online coupon for a bunch of Timberland loafers. No, this is you are creating your very own shoe, and you're labeling it whatever, Health and Wealth leather boat shoe. This is your very own product with your own label, your own brand. So that's where this is not arbitrage. You are not posting on an existing listing and competing for some of the sales on that listing. This is your own listing. It's brand new to Amazon. That's what private labeling is. Private labeling, there's a lot more opportunity to make. There's more opportunity to make more money. Okay, there's no limit to this. It's very scalable. It's more of a passive income because you're identifying the opportunity, creating the product, posting the listing, and then the only work that you have to do after that is to make sure the product stays in stock and to keep raising awareness and driving traffic to your product, more than what Amazon just will organically if you're doing some work, then that's going to help you drive extra traffic. I mean, that's the other thing that you can do. But other than that, this is more passive than arbitrage because you're not constantly having to seek out new products, new discounts, and keep reposting, making new listings. It's not like that. Once your product's there, it's ready to rock. It's passive income at that point. More or less. So moving on, so it's different than arbitrage. This is your very own product, your own brand. That's what private labeling is. You're still using FBA to fulfill the orders. So as we discussed in other videos, product selection is the most important thing. It's the very most important thing. If there's no demand, then you're not going to sell any products. If there's too much competition in this niche that you've decided to go after, so say you were selling, say we'll stick with the loafers, so say you're selling some loafers, if there's already 1,000 other similar postings all going after the same keywords and the same niche, I mean, that's going to be tough to crack into, especially if there's big dogs out there, giant companies that have their postings all filling up the first 3 pages of Amazon. It's going to be tough to crack into that. I'm not saying you can't, but if there's too much competition, there's such a thing as too much competition, in my opinion. Seeing that there are some existing, sellers and postings that are similar to the one that you want to do is actually a good thing, because it shows that this product will actually sell on Amazon and that you have a good idea. However, if there's, again, too much is too much. So if there's no demand, you're not going to sell. If there's too much competition, you're not going to sell. This product research, finding your product, is the most important thing. I'm not going to beat this to death because I already have in a couple other videos, guys. So watch those videos, and you'll understand just how important product research is. If you're selling something that's not a good product to sell on Amazon, you have no hope. It doesn't matter how good you do the rest of the way, you have no hope. All right. For now, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna beat this to death. Product selection's key. Refer to my other videos and do some Google searching on your own to help you find good products to sell. Because if you don't, the rest of this video is pointless if you don't find yourself a good product. Okay. Now you don't have to do that right now. You need to know these other things first. But when it comes crunch time and you're looking for a product to sell, that is the most important. That's the bread and butter. That's how you're going to make money. Last year, my private labeling, I only ran one product, and that's how I was able to quit my day job. So it's finding one good product. Okay, you can find 50 bad ones and launch 50 bad products, and somebody else launches one good product and they're going to crush you. So that's it. I'm not spending any more time on that in this video. In future video, I will at some point do a whole video on finding the right product. Okay, and I'll show you how I do it and basically how everybody else does it. So beyond that, it's just putting your own spin on things. So after you've identified a good product that you want to sell, what you need to do in order to private label this product and make your own post is you're going to have to find a manufacturer, a supplier, who will build your product for you and allow you to sell it as if it's your own. So there's a lot of ways that you can do this. You can just use a Google search and find a good manufacturer. I like Alibaba. That's where I got my product from, and that's where I will continue to go, and that's where I look for good suppliers that are reputable. And there's options on there where you can only use a certified supplier who is more or less, I mean, they're gonna do a good job for you. A bigger website like that too, they're going to offer payment plans where you're guaranteed to get your product and it's going to meet what it was supposed to meet. And if not, then you get your money back. You're not going to just get flat out scammed. So if you're all scared about doing this, like, oh, I don't want to get scammed by a supplier, that's not going to happen unless you're a real doofus and you use some scammy website. I mean, go with a big website, do it the right way. It's worth the extra 10 cents a product to have that peace of mind that you're not just going to get scammed. You're going to get the product that you were supposed to get. So when you're looking for a supplier who's going to build your products for you, they should have good customer reviews. When you contact them, they should have good customer service. Do they get back to you quickly? Do they want to help you? Do they want your business? You know, customer service, just like anywhere else. If you're in a brick and mortar store, customer service is important. It's important even more so in this instance where you are going to be buying a product in bulk from a supplier. You need to be sure that you're able to work with these people because they are going to be your business partners. So, you know, eyeball their customer service, eyeball their customer reviews, see what their experiences have been working with that supplier. Obviously, yet most importantly, they need to be able to build the product that fits your brand's, you know, core values, fits your needs. So if you're selling outdoor gear and your whole brand is built around selling high quality, durable, rugged outdoor gear, and then you buy a product from a supplier that's some chintzy, easily broken plastic, well, you have just destroyed your core values. What are you even doing? You're not having a product produced that fits your brand. So obviously this is very important. Whatever your core values are with your personal brand, I mean, your product needs to be a reflection of that. Okay, this is your baby. So think about, like, what kind of design do you want? What kind of quality does it need to be? Where's your price point going to be? Where are you going to compete in the market? How available is it from the supplier, etc., etc. You know, think about those things when you're shopping for a product. Don't just find the first one and go, "Ooh, I found one. Yeah, I did it." It's, you know, there's more than one. There's more than one supplier out there that can make your product for you. So find the right one. Find the one that fits your needs, whatever your vision is of this product, whatever one that after your research you decided this is exactly what the world wants. This is what the demand is. Fill that need. Okay, fill the needs of the public shopping on Amazon. If your supplier produces junk, then you are going to be selling junk. So you're going to destroy your reputation. You're going to have to start all over. So don't buy some junk. Make sure that you have a sample. You know, get a sample. Your sample's going to probably be expensive. Some suppliers will send you a free sample, but even if the sample itself is free, you're probably going to get hit with some shipping costs and things like that. Chances are your sample is going to be very expensive. When I got my sample in, it cost me $80 for a sample that I was reselling for $24. So, you know, the sample is going to be expensive. This is how the supplier makes sure that you're seriously interested in doing business with them. Okay, so honestly, to me, it was no skin off my back to pay some money, have a sample sent to my house to make sure that it was exactly the way it needed to be, and that I was going to be producing a quality product for the audience that I had spent months and months. I mean, honestly, for me, it was years, because I was able to roll a couple of failed businesses together and combine those audiences before I launched my product. I was able to build a brand with everything I had already done. So if I would have launched a junky product, I would have destroyed that whole following I worked so hard for. So there's that. So after you have identified a product and you found a supplier who can do it for you, stop and do a reality check. You need to factor in, just because you're able to buy it cheaper than what you think you can sell it for on Amazon, do the math, crunch the numbers. You need to factor in the costs of the product from the supplier, obviously. So how much does it cost to have it manufactured? You need to factor in your shipping costs. Say you're getting this from, like, China, it's going to cost a pretty penny to have it shipped over here to the States. Factor that in. Are you going to have it shipped by sea or by air? If you're having it shipped by sea, chances are it's going to take a month for it to get over here. So, you know, don't think to yourself, oh, I'm going to be able to launch this product next week. No, you're not. It's not even going to be here by then. So stop and think. Do the numbers. Think about the math. Think about the timing of everything. I have a bunch of notes. Let's just do the big ones. You know, so like I said, the shipping costs, the cost of the products. You got your Amazon fees, as I talked about in especially the last two videos. There's storage fees, there's selling fees, etc. Any other costs that you have associated with selling your product, you got to factor that in. So if you have a brand website where you're developing your target, where you've developed an audience, you know, how much is that costing you to keep it live? That's part of your expenses. So that you need to think about that. If you're not thinking about that, and you're only cutting yourself a tiny little profit margin on your sales, it's not going to be a sustainable business. So think about that. Think about your advertising expense. Are you doing paid for click advertising, Are you running Facebook ads? Things like that. It adds up. So every month you're going to pay a little bit. Like if you're using a website and a hosting app and you have some product research accounts that you're using to help you find profitable niches and products on Amazon, those are all part of your expenses, guys. So your cost that you are, not your cost, but your sales price needs to have those things calculated in there. Okay, that's part of your expenses that is going to hack at your bottom line. So think about these things. That's the point of this. That's the point of what I'm saying right now. Stop and think. Do a reality check. Make sure the numbers add up and that you're still cutting yourself a decent profit. Otherwise, it's not going to work, and you're going to actually lose money. And this whole thing's just going to be a bummer, and you're going to sit there and think, man, Ben really lied to me on that YouTube channel, and I'm not. Okay, this is very doable. I did it. Lots of people have done it. Lots of people will continue to do it in 2018, and for the next few years, people are still going to be jumping on board and making money at this. So just really do your product research, and then stop and think. Make sure you're able to do it. Have a sample sent to your house. Make sure it fits your brand image, because you don't want to destroy the audience that you've created. Obviously, you need to be able to sell this thing at a profit, because we're trying to get filthy rich. Now, before you launch, there's a couple basic things you got to do. Again, I'm just going to brush over this because it's not super important. I'm trying to make these videos a little bit more concise for you. So before you launch, you got to set up the product in your seller account. You got to have the product shipped from the supplier to the fulfillment warehouse. Again, real fast, it's going to rock if you already have an audience to showcase the product to on launch day. So check out the other videos to get a more full picture of how to develop an audience and a personal brand, because that's really crucial. In my opinion, on when you launch the product, if you have nobody to show it to and to get some of those initial clicks, initial sales, get some momentum going, it's just going to take longer, and you're going to accumulate more storage fees, and you're going to get frustrated a little bit. Okay, you don't want to launch the product and then nothing happen for months and months. You want to have some people to show it to. Hey, look what I've done. Okay, build an audience while you're waiting, while you're doing these things. Start building an audience. Okay, so and with that point, I said it in another video, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I've said a lot of these things over and over again, but it takes people 7 times seeing your brand before they're going to buy it online. That's the rule of thumb. It's going to take somebody seeing your brand, seeing your company 7 times before they're going to trust it enough to buy from it. That's the rule of thumb. So again, watch the other videos and learn about building an audience and how that's going to work for you, because it's very important on at least how quickly you will find success. It's a little bit of work for a lot of reward. So after you're all ready to go, you found your product, you're going to make money doing it, you've got it set up, you're ready to launch, you have it shipped, it's sitting there at Amazon, it is a launch day. Okay, your launch strategy is very important. There's many videos on this topic. There's a lot of information online on how to do it in an optimal way. Again, there's no hope, and it doesn't matter what you're doing if there's no demand given your value proposition, your target audience, and your price point. If there's no demand, if there's nobody that will ever buy this product, and you haven't done things right up to this point, it doesn't matter what your launch strategy is. You need to go back to the drawing board. So assuming you've done everything right up to this point and you're ready to launch, this is my opinion, is you want to go balls to the wall. You got to get the ball rolling when you launch your product. So your launch is very important. You don't want to be sitting there waiting a long time and accumulating those storage fees and not selling any products for a while. You want to go hard and get your product out there. This is game day. This is game day. Okay, you are selling your own product. You have your own business, guys. You're not working for the man anymore, selling a product that somebody else is saying that this is what our company sells. This is yours. Like, this is game day. You are an entrepreneur. You're going to do it. Let's go. Some things that helped me, that I really believe in: run small promo giveaways to get yourself some initial momentum, get some first reviews from customers on Amazon. That's really going to help your ranking and help you get onto the first page. On your seller account, you can add some coupons and make discounts and other deals. Again, to get some momentum. Sell it a little bit cheaper, you know, sell it at a break-even price, or even lose a little bit of money for a couple weeks. You're not thinking short term. Honestly, people who say that FBA is like a get-rich-quick scheme, it's not. That's not what it is. Okay, what it is beautiful at is that you're going to put work in up front to then make passive income for a long time, and it's going to accumulate, snowball, and grow exponentially. That's what it is. It's a extremely powerful investment, and you're able to make more money for the hours that you put in than, in my opinion, any other opportunity out there right now, as far as something that you can totally control. Okay, you're not like, I don't even know what to compare it to. It's not like back in the day where you invested in a stock and it was a home run and you quadrupled your money overnight because the stuff happened in magic money world. That's not what this is. This is, you're putting in some time and effort to start an online business, and it's going to pay off later. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. So it's okay to run some deals right off the bat to get you those initial reviews, which look good, help you get ranked, etc., etc. So that's my first tip. Run some promos. I'm not saying go crazy with it, but give some people some good deals, so that way your product's out there in the world and people see it and they're aware of it and they're showing their friends. Step 2 of my launch strategy: run email marketing and social media campaigns. So this is where that audience that you worked on developing, this is where you're going to use them. Okay, it's game day, it's launch day. You're going to use your audience. You're going to show them your product. You're going to try to get them to go buy your product. You have this audience there, you know, show it to them. I used Facebook in particular to do this, and Instagram as well. I really worked hard on those two profiles, and it pays off big time if you have a couple thousand people already there, already know who you are, what you do, they already trust you, and then you're going to hit them with a good deal that you know that they already want. That's how it's done, boys. So you know, use those emails that you've stacked up, use your social media, use that audience. It's launch day, let's go. Next step for a successful launch is, in my opinion, I think right from day one, you turn on the paid per click advertising. Okay, some people say, oh, well, wait until you have some initial reviews and some sales, so that way when you run that advertising and people go to it, it doesn't look like a brand new post. Well, why? Like, that's my opinion. Why? Like, just go for it. Like, this is launch day. This is, I know it works with Google and some other things like YouTube, but I don't know this as a fact, so take it for what it's worth. With most search engines, if you can create a wave of traffic, that helps you get ranked very quickly, especially when it's new. I know in Google, I think in Google it's like the first 50 days, and on YouTube it's like the first 50 days. When you're brand new, the more content you create, the faster you will rank up. The more like views, and the surge helps a lot. I know on Facebook, what I do is I will create lists of people that I think will be interested in my brand, and all at once I send them an invite to create a surge, a wave. And that gets these search engines' attention. It goes, oh, wait, we might want to check this one out and relist it, because a lot of people are interested in it all of a sudden. So that's what I did on Amazon, and I believe that, you know, that's why I use paid per click right off the bat. I'm already hitting, you know, I'm hitting people with promos. I'm showing my whole audience that I've built up. My whole following is getting to see it, and then I'm also going to run some paid advertising. So whenever somebody clicks, I spend a little bit of money to get them to click on it, but when they click, that's all contributing to the algorithm to help my product get onto the first page. So I say do it right from day one. There's no need to wait. It doesn't hurt. I mean, spend a couple bucks. I mean, what does it pay for? You pay like 10 cents a click. It's worth it. Go for it. It doesn't matter if people find it when it's new and there's no reviews. Like, they're finding it. You want them to find it. That's if you build it, they will come is only true if they can find it. So I say turn on the paid per click advertising right from day one. helps you get clicks and views, which is going to boost your keyword ranking, which is so important. The people on the first page in every category are making some money, so that's where you got to get to. Again, this is launch day, this is game day. You're going balls to the wall. You're going for it. Keep in mind that the whole point of like going hard on launch day too, you're trying to get those reviews so that your product again moves up the keyword rankings. Incentivized reviews are prohibited on Amazon, so you can't tell your followers on social media or via an email campaign, you can't say, hey guys, if you buy my product and write a review, then I will send you a $10 coupon on the next product. That's prohibited. You cannot incentivize reviews, so don't do that. Okay, you'll get yourself in trouble. All right, you never want to get in trouble on Amazon. So just keep that in mind. No incentivized reviews. As far as the launch strategy goes, I really think I'm onto something because my launch was extremely successful. I've been doing this for a while, so I haven't, like I said, I only ran the one private label product last year, but this year I've already started 2 new ones, and I'm already with both of those on page 1 and 2 respectively, and my first product got onto page 1 within the first week. So whatever I'm doing works. So I'm going to create a whole video focused on launch strategy at some point. It's very important, right? I would say, you know, write a comment and let me know what you guys want to hear in particular, what questions you have, and then I'll answer those in that video as well. So that's coming after I wrap up this 3-part series, and there's a couple other, I'd say, foundation videos I want to lay on this playlist and this channel before that, but it's coming, guys. There will be a launch video, a video devoted just to that topic. So we're just about done here. I think that we've developed a pretty good understanding of what private labeling is, what the steps to getting started look like. So the key takeaways were the things that we've learned. What is private labeling? It is selling your very own product on Amazon. That's why it's different than arbitrage, where you're selling somebody else's on an already existing listing. This time, again, you need to make sure that you found a good product that has a demand. Do your homework to make the money. You have to do the homework first. You do the homework first. Make sure you find a good product. I talk about this in every single video so far, so watch them all. Okay, you'll develop, by the time you've heard me go over it in different ways, different days, over and over again, you'll have a good understanding of what you need to do to start to find it. And again, there's going to be a whole video devoted to that. It just hasn't happened yet. So those are the first 2 topics. What is private labeling? Make sure you have a good product. The third takeaway, make sure you find a good supplier that meets your needs and fits your core values as a as a brand. This is your company, so make sure the suppliers that you're working with fit the bill. Fourth takeaway, I want you guys just to kind of have got an initial idea of what goes into starting a private label product on Amazon. I think that we've accomplished that. I gave you the basic rundown of steps of things that need to happen, and based on just this video alone, you can go out there and do a little bit more research and launch a product. Okay, I gave you the outline. The 5th takeaway is what needs to happen before you launch, and then finally, like a 6th takeaway tied into that 5th takeaway is I gave you the gist of how to launch your product. I gave you I gave you the big tips. So based on this video, you know what it is, you know what private labeling is, you know how to find a good product, and you know that that's important. You know how to find a supplier and why that's important. You know the things to think about before you go through with that first order from your supplier. You know what needs to happen before you launch. And finally, you know how to launch your product. Your first private label product on FBA. You know these things now. Okay? Maybe you don't know everything about them, but you know that they exist. You know what order they're going to happen in. And you have a good idea of what it's going to look like for you to be able to do this. This video ran a half an hour long. I mean, this just is what it is, and I skipped over a lot of stuff. So I know that's rough. You guys are just going to have to write me questions, okay? You're going to have to subscribe and get the new videos as they come out, and you're going to have to ask questions. Ask questions. I don't care. I'm doing this just to help you guys. My goal for the Wealth playlist is to share my success with the world as an internet entrepreneur, and to give you guys the information that you need to achieve that same success on the Amazon platform. I'm doing this totally for free, okay? I'm doing this for free to help beginners out, and also I believe that I have some things, you know, just by offering a different view on things, I think that I can improve even an experienced seller's game. Again, just by looking at things a slightly different way. The way that I did it, the way that I think about it, is different than the way that you do. So no matter who you are, there's something to be gained by watching this, and that's my goal doing this. You know, check out the description right below this video. There's no product links. I'm not selling you anything, okay? All of this is just free advice. Do with it what you want. I really hope that you gleaned something valuable from this video, okay? That's the only reason I'm doing it. If you did, please give me a subscribe to the channel. That's what I need from you guys. That's what helps me out, and that's what I need from you. Please give me a thumbs up. That's just like giving a little round of applause at the end of the video. If you hated the video, you know, you can give it a thumbs down. I have thick skin, but it would be nice to see some thumbs up. Just so that way, when I see the subscriptions and I see the thumbs up, I know I'm not talking to myself when I make these videos. Okay, it's more just a joke, but seriously, hit those buttons. I mean, why not? They're right there. It takes like a half of a second to hit both the buttons real quick for me. I really appreciate you guys watching. It makes me excited that I might be helping some of you making these videos. I've already got a couple comments, and I really appreciate it. It motivates me to keep going with this video product every day. Like tonight, I mean, it's late, it's midnight here. I put in a as far as working on Amazon goes, I put in a hard day's work, and I had some stuff going on, and I'm tired, but you know, I pulled it together and I came out and made this video because I see that some people are watching, and it's exciting me. If you have anything to add, or you have any questions, just leave a comment. I will answer you within 24 hours, because I will be back on here to make another video tomorrow. So finally, I just want to say thank you, and please, the subscribe thingy should appear here, and you guys can click the like button down there. See if I can make my hand flat. Maybe I can put it right there. Alright guys, in all seriousness, have a good night. I will see you in the next video.